Right, we're starting early this week because we've got a lot of questions to get through. Whiplash, where are you? Whiplash! Whiplash, come here immediately before I beat you.
Yes, Skeletor.
Where have you been, Whiplash?
Sorry, Skeletor. I was halfway through a poo.
A poo?
Yes, Skeletor. I do a poo before every show. But you're early this week and you caught me halfway through the poo.
Well, I'm not interested in your poo, Whiplash. Get behind the camera and do your job.
I really need to finish the poo, Skeletor.
Why, that's your problem, not mine. Go and do your job.
Yes, Skeletor.
Right. Let's get on with the episode. Greetings! I am Skeletor, and welcome back to SkeleTalk, the series where I answer your questions. It's the internet's best kept secret. Right. Lord Malvada kicks us off again with 3 questions. Actually, his first question is far too filthy to repeat on the show, but he has provided a backup question, as follows. What's the weirdest item you keep by your bed? Well, you decide. At the moment, I have on my nightstand a 1-litre Jell-O mould in the shape of a rabbit, an empty cassette case for Michael Jackson's Bad, and a stick of celery that's gone all rubbery. I'm not sure any of those things are weird. And question 2. What sport would be the funniest to add a mandatory amount of alcohol to? Oh, well, that would be table tennis. No, regular tennis. No, ice hockey. No, windsurfing. Or perhaps golf.
Skeletor.
What, Whiplash?
Skeletor, you're just listing different types of sport.
I know I'm listing different types of sport, Whiplash. I like listing different types of sport. Get back behind the camera.
Yes, Skeletor.
Right, I've made up my mind. I think drunken Formula 1 racing would be the funniest. And question 3. What's the weirdest thing you've seen in someone else's home? Well, I once visited someone who had built a motorbike in their living room, which was quite unusual. And Monkey Boy used to have a full-size mannequin dressed as Jason Voorhees lurking in the garage. Thanks for the questions, Lord Malvada. Soda Cauldron has 3 questions. Number 1. Is it true that your Spanish cousin, El Esqueletoro, will be visiting in the summer? Hang on. Monkey Boy! Monkey Boy! Can you do a Spanish accent? And are you prepared to make a 6-inch scale Spanish costume?
No, Skeletor.
Right. Sorry, Soda, you've been misinformed. Question 2. Did Skeletor get taken to the airport by Jo Le Taxi? No, she works in Paris, but I did notice that the song by Vanessa Paradis has your name in the second line. And question 3. Is your French nemesis really called E-Man? Yes, but in France they call him Musclor, because they just have to be different, don't they? Anyway, thanks for the question, Soda. Stephen Gray has a trio of inquiries. Number 1. When using an unstoppable wrecking machine to lay waste to an entire fleet of invading alien spacecraft, is there a better tune to listen to than the theme from Starfleet? Yes, almost any tune is better than that. I would recommend any track from my bedtime playlist. Question 2. In the 80s, did you ever go around looking for babes in a Sinclair C5? Well, why would I want a babe in a Sinclair C5?
Skeletor.
What, Whiplash?
Skeletor, that's not what Stephen meant.
I know what he meant, Whiplash. I was being facetious.
What does that mean, Skeletor?
Well, you'll have to look it up. Get out of my sight before I beat you.
Yes, Skeletor.
Right. And question 3. Have you ever considered using Mane, the hair thickening spray? Well, I'm afraid I don't have any hair to thicken. I would get some for Beastman, but he's thick enough. Thanks for the question, Stephen. Gerard O'Connor has several questions and comments. I accidentally missed his questions last week, so I'm going to address all of them today. Gerard says he's returned to witness the inevitable collapse of the channel, and that his absence was due to searching for alternative Sunday viewing. And yet here you are, Gerard. Here you are. Right, on to your questions. Number 1. How many tears have you shed in my absence? Well, as I have no tear ducts, I can't cry, you Burke. However, If I could cry, I would have shed about 11 tears, which is hardly any. In fact, I barely noticed you were gone.
Skeletor!
What?
Skeletor, you did notice.
Shut up, fuck off. Right. Question 2. Which of your soft toys do you like to cuddle the most? Well, that's easy. Penelope Octopus. Or Mr. Carrot. Or some broccoli. No, Lammy. Or Big Lammy. No, Little Monkey. No, Winston Fish.
Skeletor!
What, Whiplash?
Skeletor, you're just listing all your cuddlies.
I know I'm listing all my cuddlies, Whiplash. I like listing all my cuddlies. Get out of my sight before I beat you.
Skeletor.
Right. Next, Gerard asks where I went wrong and if I miss my long, luscious locks. Well, the only place I've ever gone wrong was in negotiating all the roundabouts in Milton Keynes. And yes, I do sometimes miss my magnificent hair, and Monkey Boy is just rubbing it in with his barnet. Right, and Gerard's final question is, do you find it a struggle answering all these questions, considering you have nothing but marbles rolling around in your skull? Well, at least I have my marbles. You appear to have lost yours. Bloody insulting me. Get stuffed, you turkey. But thanks for the questions, Gerald. I called him Gerald. Right. Alex James has 3 more questions for me. Number 1. Have you ever tried swapping bodies with anyone? Well, do you know, I can't remember. I feel like I must have done this before, but the details escape me. I know Evil-Lyn has accomplished this, and she's very good at it. I can tell you that I would happily swap bodies with Jennifer Lawrence, and I can assure you she wouldn't want hers back once I'd finished with it. And question 2. Do you pull Whiplash's tail as a guilty pleasure? No, I would never pull the tail of any creature. What sort of monster do you take me for? In any case, Whiplash has one of the strongest tails on Eternia, so he'd probably fling me about like a rag doll if I tried messing about with it. And question 3. Did you ever fill in for any of the Blue Man group when they got sick? No, I'm afraid they rejected my application due to my having Tourette's. Apparently, shouting tumble dryer in the middle of a performance is frowned upon. Also, it seems in the audition I beat their drain pipes a little bit too vigorously. Thanks for the questions, Alex. The original YouTuber The Monkey asks if Whiplash or Evil-Lyn have any children. No, none of my minions have children, and if they did, I would fire them immediately. But thanks for the question. Cobra Commander asks, have you met Scorpion from Mortal Kombat? Yes, we belong to the same book club, and we meet once a month to discuss what we've been reading. Scorpion likes historical fiction, which is rather tedious, because I don't. Thanks for the questions, Cobra Commander. Andrew has a couple of questions. Number 1. Have you seen the Remco Warlord figures? You should do a team-up. The warrior beasts look like a perfect match, although Skullman does look a little IP infringy. Yes, I looked these up and I do vaguely remember them. They're actually pretty good, and they were released in 1982, the same year that the MOTU figures were released. And yes, Skullman does remind me of someone. Question 2. What is the most number of characters on the show in the same episode? Well, I think the most so far has been 3. Unfortunately, Monkey Boy can't manage any more than 2 at a time unless he sellotapes them together. Check out episode 37 for tragic evidence of this. I'd love to have multiple characters on screen with me, but Monkey Boy can only hold 2 of us at once. I don't want to break the illusion, but he's holding me right now. Look. Thanks for the questions, Andrew. Brushstroke has 3 questions. Number 1. Does Evil-Lyn's magic scepter have a vibrate mode? Yes, it does. It has 9 speed settings, and number 7 is her favourite. I'm afraid I can't really divulge any further information, and I definitely can't say wetter than an otter's pocket. Number 2. Have you ever borrowed Beastman's whip for kinky fun with Evil-Lyn? No, we're not into that, but I have on a number of occasions borrowed his ball gag and spanking paddle. And question 3. Where does Stinkor's stink emanate from? Well, he's pretty whiffy all over. His feet and armpits are deeply unpleasant by all accounts. and I'm led to believe his willy smells like a crab's mouth. However, he has weaponized his anal glands to such a degree that he's able to incapacitate a horse with a directed guff, and has been known to produce a miasma so virulent and hostile that a bag of tomatoes will peel themselves hurriedly. Thanks for the questions, Brushstroke. Des T has a couple of questions this week. Number 1. If you needed some repairs to Snake Mountain, would you take on the job yourself or hire some professionals? Well, I would rather hire proper tradespeople, although many of them will not come to Snake Mountain. However, I am usually able to achieve a satisfactory result using my havoc magic. Haha, you forgot about my proficiency with magic, didn't you? Anyway, question 2. Regarding cousin Skeletor, how much garlic and onions does he eat, and how bad is his breath? Well, each day he eats about 200 grams of garlic and a minimum of 3 medium-sized onions, usually around midday. His breath smells French. Thanks for the questions, Des. Reading Movies asks, does cousin Skeletor dip his croissants in his coffee before eating them? And do you have any weird food habits? Well, no, Skeletor doesn't do that. He might be French, but he's not a psychopath. As for my own habits, I don't really have any weird ones, except I always open my cornflakes from the bottom of the box so that they come out upside down. But that's not weird, it's prudent. Thanks, Reading Movies. Kat has 3 questions. Number 1. Do you cook or order food? Well, I suppose I do order takeaway sometimes if I fancy a change. We have an excellent chef at Snake Mountain, but when I'm at Monkey Boys, I either use the microwave or just eat food that doesn't require much cooking. Question 2. Is cousin Skeletor fully or half French? Well, he is 95% French and 5% coward. So, yes, fully French. And question 3. Is Ewok nice or moody or easily scared? She is friendly and very calm, much like Panther. Thanks for the questions, Kat. Daeloth asks, why are there no good He-Man characters, but there is Evil-Lyn, not to mention Faker, Evil Robot of Skeletor, even Horde Trooper are evil mechanical for Hordak? Well, I'm sorry, you appear to have had a stroke. Question 2. Can't Monkey Dude do an American accent? No, he can't. And question 3. Why are there so few females on Eternia compared to males? Well, I could say that's the way the cookie crumbles. And I just have. Thanks for the questions, Daeloth. And thanks to everyone who contributed to the show. If you enjoyed the episode, please give it a thumbs up and share the video with your minions. The channel is almost at 200 subscribers. It might be the internet's biggest secret, but with your help, we can get the secret out. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and do leave your questions and comments below, and I will get back to you. Right, I'm off to eat strawberries and watch Rambo: Last Blood. See you next time. Bye!